I'm Dr. Benjamin Visger, and these are my top 10 contributors to headache. These things on their own don't cause a headache necessarily, but together they really create problems. The first and strongest contributor by far are contracted muscle strains. These are muscles that are too tight, too long, that they actually become dysfunctional in their own new and problematic way. So not just saying I have a little tension or, oh, my neck's a little tight, but very tight, very specifically in a way where the muscle can no longer relax itself and it's not easily stretched out. People often say to me that they ask if their alignment is out or if their neck is out of alignment, and they think that's the main contributor. I will tell them in almost all cases, yes, their neck may be out of alignment, but it's secondary to these contracted muscle strains that are pulling and holding it out, especially for people who have, let's say, they correct their alignment in one or more various ways, and it keeps coming back. Second biggest contributor, and this is a reasonable second place honorary mention, is hydration. For any patient that comes to me with significant headaches, water is part of the conversation. It's such low-hanging fruit. The problem is my patients always give me one of two responses. Either, oh, I drink lots of water, or I'm terribly allergic. The people that drink lots of water, then the follow-up question is, what's your definition of a lot of water? And sometimes I hear it's not nearly enough. And the people that won't drink water, I can lead horses and I can't make them, okay? But trust me, there's just no lower hanging fruit than that. The third main contributor when it comes to headaches is alcohol. This has two effects. Some alcohols can have primary headache triggers, like drinking certain red wines can trigger headaches in some of my patients, even if they just have one glass. The second part is actually a dehydration effect. So alcohol is a diuretic, meaning that the more we drink, the more it stimulates our kidneys to release water from our bodies, and you can figure out how that happens. So in those two regards, alcohol can really be a double whammy. Contributor number 4 is sleep quantity. Sleep quantity means how many hours you're sleeping. And there's a direct correlation with people are sleeping fewer hours, and having more headaches. That's also true when we're tossing and turning more, and who knows how our neck alignment is lining up on our pillow. That can really land into some bad headaches. It's not alone though, because contributor number 5 is sleep quality. Both are important. With sleep quality, we're talking about hitting the cycles that we really need for our body and getting into those deeper waveforms of sleep that are restorative to our central nervous system. We need both quantity and quality to really overcome. And any of my patients who are suffering significant headaches, that is got to be on the list to fix. Contributor number 6 is clenching. Clenching like tension here. Many of my patients don't know that they're clenching, and most of them will respond when I say this that, oh, I don't grind my teeth, or I have my dentist check me for that. Well, there's quite a range here. So the most extreme would be someone who's actually grinding her teeth down and needs dental intervention. That's actually rare among my patients. But what's very common is a background level of tension in our jaws. So many people don't know it, but it's easy to find out once we even touch those muscles that clenching is contributing. And in almost all cases, if someone has a one-sided headache, it's more dominant on one side, I can find the jaw tension is equally worse on that side.
Number 7? Let's see if you can figure this one out. I'll
Stress.
Give you a clue.
Oh, why is stress
Doing
on
it
this list?
right now.
The answer is eye strain, like from computers and screens. Contributor number 8 is otorhinolaryngopathic inflammation. I made that word up. It means ENT, so ears, nose, throat issues. So the soft tissue issues here. So things like allergies, sinus infections, or just acute upper respiratory infections, sore throats, etc. Those soft tissue inflammations can wash over into innocent tissues like my joints and my muscles here. Contributing factors number 9 and 10 are blood sugar and blood pressure. That make it 1 and 2. So blood sugar and blood pressure. What that means is when my blood sugar is low, my threshold for headache is lower. So there are times when I'm working long hours and just going and going and going, I start to develop a dull headache and a brain fog. That I've learned the hard way was blood sugar being low. I didn't know that because I didn't feel hungry because I was just pushing through. Well, and then I have a cup of orange juice and I feel like Superman. Blood pressure, a little bit different. This is where we can link it to stress to some degree, but it's much more common in people that have chronically high blood pressure. I don't actually see a correlation with just acute stress. My blood pressure is very high, and now I have a headache because it's throbbing and pounding. I really haven't observed that. Not to say it couldn't happen, but people that do suffer chronic high blood pressure that does contribute to certain types of headaches. All right, that was 10 right. Number 11 is emotional fulfillment. Aww. What do I mean by that? I mean that people that aren't happy with their lives suffer more pain in general. And headaches are just such a common one with frustration, stress, life issues, unfulfilling jobs, frustrating friend or family members. Those things really do contribute to the sense of a headache. And it can be true of back pain and other things too, but just nothing gets closer to what we're thinking about and what's consuming our thoughts than a headache. Contributor number 12 here is heavy metal concert. I ask this as a joke often with my patients when they tell me they didn't have any reason for a headache or for the neck to be hurting them, and I'll ask the normal questions about sleep and water and so on. One woman came to me and in her early 20s and had this terrible headache, worse than ever, neck was killing her, didn't know why, and again, 20 questions and I was striking out. And I just took a stab. Let's just say, based on a few factors I saw, I thought, hey, do you think maybe this came from some heavy metal show? And she suddenly just turned and looked at me like, how'd you know? And I just laughed out loud because it was a pretty easy shot in the dark. And indeed, she had just, turns out, got home for a 3-day metal fest. True story. So if that's you, don't make your doctor ask 20 questions to find that out, please. These have been my top 10 plus 2 contributors for headache. They cover the majority of the topics I talk about with patients on a daily basis, although certainly there are more. I think this gets us most of the way. I'm Dr. Benjamin Visger, and in fact, number 13 is pop music.